You know the worst kind of people nowadays that think that they matter more than they actually matter, hands down? People that work out and won't shut the up about it. I cannot stand this.
Social media.
Social media influencers.
What's up guys, Jeff Cavalier.
TheShred.com.
My name is Igor Watenko. I'm Simeon Panda and welcome to my channel.
We live in a world where social media influencers flood your Instagram and YouTube feed with big biceps, ripped abs, and crazy quads. So it's easy to see how this can warp your perception of what a real man looks like. These influencers use their bodies to get clicks on videos where you watch them show off their incredible strength and maybe even offer you a fitness program at the end to make money. There are no shortage of YouTube videos explaining how toxic the fitness industry can be.
There is no future in the fitness industry, at least the way it currently stands. I'm just here to put it out of its misery.
And while I think they do a great job of making us all aware of how corrupt the industry really is, I also think some of them fall short when it comes to offering any sort of practical advice to overcome this toxicity. All the viewers are left with is uncertainty and fear about an industry they once loved, which now seems evil and manipulative. However, I have a completely different perspective of the situation because I have been on both sides of this equation. I was once a young boy who sat and watched every Rob Riches video on YouTube.
My name's Rob Riches, pro WBFF fitness model and lifetime drug-free natural competitor.
I wanted to look like Rob, so I followed all of his instructions, hit the gym 6 times a week, and ate what Rob ate. I was highly influenced by him at a young age, and it all started with me blindly scrolling through YouTube and seeing Rob's incredible physique pop up. Many years later, I myself now create educational fitness videos and use my body on thumbnails to get more views and grow my subscribers. I have been influenced, and now I'm the influencer. I believe the reason I managed to be influenced by a physique that was unattainable as a kid, and yet still managed to smoothly transition into other sports, all without developing unhealthy eating habits or resorting to illegal substances, is because of one thing: self-awareness.
It's the ability to see ourselves clearly, to understand who we are, how others see us, and how we fit into the world.
I became aware of my shift in emotions and expectations as they happened. I also questioned my motivators for exercising in the first place. Why am I exercising the way I am? What's my end goal, and is this really making me happy? And ultimately, this is why I think it's less important to demonize fitness influencers and much more important to teach young, influenceable people the significance of self-awareness. If a young man follows a bunch of very muscular fitness influencers to the point where every day he opens up his phone, he is bombarded with photos of big muscles, this boy has chosen to feed his mind with a certain narrative which builds his internal perception of the world. The perceived danger to this is that the physique he sees every single day may be completely impossible for him to achieve. And this could leave him feeling dissatisfied with his own appearance and extremely self-conscious. However, the primary cause of unhappiness is rarely the situation, but rather your perception of the situation. And this can be extremely true when it comes to the world of fitness. If I show you a photo of a guy like this, some of you may look at it and feel inspired to work hard in the hope to build up your own physique, while others will look at it and feel sad and self-conscious about their own body. These are two completely different emotional responses to the exact same image. Now, there are an infinite number of reasons why you may feel one way or the other to begin with. However, if you want to switch your emotional response from a sad and negative one to a positive and motivated one, then first you need to become self-aware. Think of self-awareness like a superpower, where instead of simply existing and reacting to life as it happens like a robot, you become aware of your shift in emotions as they happen. Most people lack the ability to do this, and instead of becoming aware of their emotions, they simply become their emotions.
I'm in a glass case of emotion!
They aren't in the driver's seat anymore. Their emotions are directing their train of thought, and these thoughts usually end up being quite irrational. Now, the goal of self-awareness is to interrupt that thought pattern and either replace it with a different one or question why it may have appeared in the first place. By doing so, you have the superpower to reduce negative self-talk and replace it with something more positive, or more importantly, give yourself the chance to understand why you reacted so negatively towards the photo to begin with, and work towards ways of shifting that mindset. One of the biggest reasons people react so negatively to a photo of fit people is because they immediately compare themselves to that person. And in a society where superheroes and movie stars are big and strong, an eternal belief system of hierarchy is built up from a young age.
It's not who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me.
Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with aiming high. I mean, we don't tell our kids that want to be astronauts that they're just thinking irrationally and that they shouldn't do it. Because the important part is that they now have a reason to get started in the first place. And most of the time along the journey, their goalpost is more than likely to shift from a comparison between their current self and their idol to a comparison between their current self and their previous self. The evidence of this is extremely evident when one of the most popular trends on YouTube are body transformations. Every single video depicts a positive comparison between a person's previous, less athletic appearance to their current, highly athletic appearance. And I think we could safely assume that most of these people were inspired or influenced by athletes much larger than themselves when they first started, just like myself and Rob Riches. But what about the men who feel like they will never achieve the body they desire? The ones that become so fixated on perfection that they develop distorted eating patterns or use alternate illegal methods to achieve the look that they desire. You must assume by now that I'm mainly referring to young influenceable men. Well, yes, but I'm actually referring to another group of people as well. The fitness influencers themselves. Now, I don't know these men, so I have no idea what motivates them. I respect them for all playing a role in motivating millions of men across the world. However, this pressure to be the perfect role model could have pushed some of them in the wrong direction, and they may be completely unaware of how to get out. Because if you spend your whole life creating a mindset of comparison to people bigger and stronger than yourself, then no matter how big or strong you get, you will never be satisfied. An unattainable body is less about the physical size and more about the psychological perception. The finish line is always a few steps in front of you, no matter how fast you run.
You want society to accept you, but you can't even accept yourself.
And this is the reason why I believe it's less important to demonize fitness influencers and much more important to teach people the significance of self-awareness, especially at a young age. So how do we become more self-aware? Well, unfortunately for the influencers that are still living life blissfully unaware, usually it takes a traumatic life event for them to really start questioning their own morals. For younger kids, it's much easier. Videos such as this, in combination with other reliable channels, is a great head start. Meditation is possibly the best way of all to become in tune with your own emotions and thoughts. And take a look at the people you surround yourself with and really question whether they're helping or hindering your personal growth. Let's start questioning our motives for exercising, instead of robotically chasing an unattainable psychological goal. When we look in the mirror, let's lead with gratitude for how far we've come, rather than self-loathing about how far we think we have to go. And if you need help working out your true motivation for exercising, then click on this video right here, because I promise you, it just might change your life. Please hit the like button or drop a comment on this video because it'll really help push it out to more people. Thank you to this legend for following me on Instagram. I follow back one person every single week. And until next time, guys, stay focused. Peace out.